wants to join it. Giles used to what the fuck.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Byron Johnson in the building. Welcome to Contagious Content. I'm here with my man Michael Stewart, aka GM1, the only. What's going on, brother? Hey, glad you could make it on the show, man.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I can make it too, man, and I apologize. It took a long time to set up, but we was able to get it done. And I was trying to add a little theatrics in the background, as you can see,
I
but
see. It's
you
dope.
know,
It's dope. Yeah,
but
man.
it is what it is. We was able to get it working. So, man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. This is the second episode, technically probably the third. And for you, man, you see it. Hey, sure enough, I probably put the mic to the
Oh yeah,
side, but you,
yeah. I didn't see that earlier because you had the
yeah,
mic hiding. That was dope, though. I like that.
yeah, man. My
It's showing
boy,
off, man.
yeah, my boy, man. Hey, shout out to my man Stan the man, man. Hey, custom made. I went to college with him at AIA, man, and he custom designs his own T-shirts. So, you know what I'm saying. I'll probably set this up, put his contact in the description. You know what I'm saying. So anybody that wants to, he does coffee mugs, T-shirts, everything, and he teaches people how to print their own products too. So
Okay,
yeah, man. I just like you, man. Huge fan of Last Dragon, man.
man.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we'll start off, man. I just tell everybody about your background history, man, and what motivated you to join the Navy. You know what I'm saying? How long you been in? How many tours? The whole shebang, man.
All right. So a little bit of background. I was born in Bayshore, New York. Uh, so offset of Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised there for like 10 years. And after that, my mom and dad split up, and they gave me a choice who to stay with. I chose to stay with my father.
Mm.
And I moved to North Carolina and stayed there for about another 10 years. And then uh, I was working at a job called Purdue Farms, which was
Oh,
I was hanging chickens, man.
oh,
And
snap!
then
Murderer!
they was already there when I got some. It was like an assembly line that would come across, and then
Ooh,
as the assembly line come across, you would like hang the chickens. And then when I got like so good at that, I got promoted to like a floor guy. So basically, instead of hanging the chickens, I would pick the chickens off the floor and then wash them off with chlorine and throw them back on the line so other people can hang
hold up, time out, back it up. Two things. This man said, hanging chickens. Did you ever have any dreams, man? Like, yo, that's crazy.
them. Nah, I didn't have any dreams, man. I was just young and eager. I spoken to my dad after I graduated high school. I was like, because he always tried to push me to go. I was like, it's the first thing I could find,
That's
and I
what's
knew
up, man.
college because I didn't have the money and I didn't want to take the loans to get stuck in all kinds of student loan debt. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. And number two, before you get into that, man, you said chlorine? Wash
yeah, so
chlorine off the chickens?
nah, it's water and chlorine. So the big, I guess, net you see in the supermarket, it's already like the head chopped off on it. So if it falls on
Mm.
the ground, then you would have to go over to a sink and wash it off with water and chlorine, and you throw it back on the line. So
Oh man.
they call that sanitary, but like I said, they already yeah.
Yo. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Keep going, man.
So
Yeah.
go ahead. What you say?
Now you were saying something about like working off debt and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I'll get
So
some
I
water real
got
quick.
that. I got promoted to a floor
Mm.
guy. Was throwing back on the line, and they have what's called occurrences, which in normal layman's terms is
Mm.
so you're allowed to up to 5.5. And you know me, I always live life on the edge. So I have like 4.5 absences, and then after it'll go away. So I have 4.5. 28 days later, I
Mm-hmm.
would take a day off, or what they call. And so one day, and so one day I took the 28th day off, and it was
Mm.
like 4.5. I had 4.5 days, and I took the 28th day off. When I came back to work, they was like, "Hey man, you got too many absences." was like, what are you talking about, man? I took 28 days. I took my 28th day off. And it was like, nah, it's after 28 days, not on the 28th day. And so, long story
Mm.
short, they sat me down and it was like, hey, man, there's nothing we can do to keep your job, but if you come back 9 months from now, we'll see what we can do to hire you back. So
Wow.
I was 18 or 19 years old at the time. And
Hmm.
so, I didn't have a job. And my older sister, she would come in the house and brag about how her son, which her not, her son and my son, or excuse me, her son and I was my nephew. We grew up
Hmm.
together, so we were like around the same age then. So at the time he was living in Connecticut, she would be bragging about how he's got his own place, own job, and stuff like that. Kind of like rubbing it in the face, basically saying, "You ain't got no job. My son's
Mm.
doing better than you." So I
Wow.
was like, "Oh, that sounds nice." You know, I didn't want to sound like I was hating. Immediately, I went into my room, closed the door, called the recruiter. I was like, "Hey, I want to join the Navy."
That's
So,
crazy, man. That's crazy how people motivate you to do stuff like that.
yep, the recruiter was like, "Hey, we'll come tomorrow." Like usually when you make plans like that, you would expect more time, not like
Yeah.
tomorrow. So I was like, "All right, screw it." So I went
So
there
real
tomorrow.
quick, I mean to cut you off, but what motivated you all of a sudden? Because it seems sudden to us, but I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? There was some more reasons that you know what I mean, like chose the Navy off the top, right?
Well, one of my friends, sorry to backtrack a little bit. One of
Hmm.
my friends I went to high school with, he had joined the Navy, and then he was pretty much showing the things that he had and how he's gonna have like all his bills and stuff paid off.
Okay.
So that was part of my motivation to do so,
Nice.
and so that was part of the idea. And then I was like, you know, if they don't accept me, then something must be wrong. I know I wasn't smoking weed at the time, and I had a high school diploma. I was like, so
At the time.
yeah, at the time, or never, no, never.
Okay. Okay.
um, yeah, despite what this says here. um,
Okay.
so yeah, man. After that, I hit up the recruiter. She was like, "I can come tomorrow." Took the test.
Hmm.
Long story short, that's how I ended up getting into the Navy. There was no like big patriot act like I gotta go serve my country. It was just I got fired and I didn't want to sit around the house and be broke and undecided, so I just joined.
That's what's up, man. That's wild, man. It is I got a couple of homies and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this too, is that people have so many different types of stories. And for me, it took me a minute to get in. It is totally opposite.
Mm.
But okay, so that's dope. So you were working at 18, 19, you lost your job. Like, and it's crazy because I used to work at Georgia Aquarium, man. Shout out to Georgia Aquarium, man, and all my family members there. But it was the same thing. I love that job, man. But I just would show up late. Yeah, it was like a chronic, just showing up late. I was going to school. I was going through a lot of stuff, man, depression and stuff like that, low key. And
Wow.
I just couldn't get right. And one day they sat me down and they brought out a list, you know what I'm saying, of all this stuff of, you know what I'm saying, just like all these reasons. Hey, you know what I'm saying? All these reasons of, not reasons, but like a rap sheet. And I was like, damn. And they let me go. So
Oh wow.
hey, it was crazy. But anyway, yeah, keep going with the story, brother.
So yeah, um, I joined out of Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay.
When I first got to boot camp, I pretty much thought it was like a joke, man. The RDC that was in charge of us at the time when we first got off the bus, he was a clown, man. He was like a wannabe hard guy, and I was just like laughing. I couldn't believe. Like I was like, yo, this is gonna be the easiest. This is gonna be the easiest. Sorry,
Well, you
this is gonna
good.
be
You
the
good.
easiest 8 weeks of my life because um, these guys aren't hard at all. And then as we progressed a little bit, I kept seeing like this little short, mean mofo that was just like yelling like, "Go over here, go over there." I'm like, "Who the heck is that?" And
Hmm.
that was like a wake up call. That I kind of felt like I was at boot camp, and that I was trying to figure out why was he following us everywhere. I was like, get away! I want to be with the other dude that's a lame.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, that guy that was following us was our RDC, and I didn't recognize that. And so like he was like super punctual, by the book type dude who had like 5 Hall of Fame divisions before us, and he was
Oh
trying to
shoot.
get us to get Hall of Fame. Uh, just a little bit of background. Back when I joined in 2008, and they don't no longer do this anymore. So they would like rank the divisions on how well they can complete these certain tasks,
Mm-hmm.
and then that would give them like a Hall of Fame, or I can't remember the other ranks that you would get. So he was really pushing us to get that. Um, to uh, to move forward a little bit more, I ended up picking the job gunner's mate, and for those of you guys that don't know, I'm not going to go too far into detail, but just think of it as like someone who works on small arms.
Hold on, real
So
quick. I gotta interject. Can you give us a little bit more background on boot camp and how challenging it was for you? One of your favorite parts? You know what I'm saying? You probably were
I,
about to get into it. My
no, no, no,
bad.
no,
My
no.
bad.
I was going to tie all that in there. So
Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
I was like I said, I picked GM,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a small arm technician. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go work on guns, so nobody can't tell me nothing. So while I was in boot camp, they used to have us stand these watch with these fake 8 millimeter pistols, and
Mm.
oh man, I was so stupid. So
The orange joints?
yeah, the orange
Yeah.
joints.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
all the RDCs, well, all the RDCs would sleep, and it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. People running around iron. I used to take out my gun and be like, "Yo, get in your rack right now! Get in your rack! Get in your rack!" And I thought it was funny because I was like, "Yo, I'm a gunner's mate." And
Hilarious,
so,
man.
man, yo, the next morning it was like some little short fat kid. He was known for snitching on everybody. He was like,
Oh
"Chief."
Lord, let's see where this goes.
He was
See
like,
where this is
"Chief, I have some
going.
information for you." And then so they go talk, and it was like, "Stewart in the office, run away!" I was like, "Oh god!" And
We say
so
moving petty officer.
yeah, moving petty officer. And so I go in there, and then it was like, so you like to play with guns, huh?" I was like, "No, petty officer." Then he was like, don't." Well, I'm gonna try to be careful with my language because I don't know exactly, but he's basically cursing me out. And
Mm-hmm.
then he was like, "You know, you're not graduating, right? In fact,
Oh.
you're not even gonna stay in the Navy. Put your arms out like this and say," yeah, he said, "Put your arms out like this and say, would you like some fries with that?" I was like, "Petty officer, would you like some fries with that?" He's like, "Good, because that's what you're gonna be saying after we kick you out the Navy." I was like, "Oh my god, man, I'm about to get kicked out."
Mm.
To progress after that, they had me do like an advanced AI, what's called AIT, which is basically like IT. You remember the IT
Yeah. Intensive
intensive
training.
training?
Yeah.
I had to go sit before the CO, CMC, and the XO, and they had like a chart of stuff for you to do, and they're just like beating the crap out of me for like hours. It was supposed to be like a legitimate chart, but
Yeah.
they weren't going off of that, man. They
Uh
was just
oh.
they just had some sick pleasure in just beating. When we say beat, not like physically beat you down, but
Right.
basically
Right.
make you do mountain climbers, eight count bodybuilders, push ups, sit ups, and I was just like in a pool of sweat,
Oh yeah.
literally. Um, but I don't know, maybe if I can go back and look at if they had a footage of it. In my mind, they weren't gonna break me because I was like, nah, so I'm not gonna show them that I'm a B.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. And from there, I ended up getting ASMO to like this Division 2499. It was
Mm-hmm.
like I was part of like a crew where all the bad kids was basically at, and you're all like pending if they're gonna kick you out or if you're gonna stay in. So they have you do like these exercises and stretches and stuff like that. And then on the other side, there's a bunch of kids who couldn't pass. Like they had these tests that if you fail twice or something like that, you get asthma back.
Yeah.
And so it was like it was a whole group of us. It was the bad kids and the dumb kids. I shouldn't
Oh
call them
man.
dumb, but but it was just and it was just that, and it was a lot of different energy. Um, you about to say something?
Yeah, I'm smiling because I got asthma too.
Uh,
But it's your story, man. I could share about it later. You know what I mean? It's all good. I got asthma for failing the graduation test
oh
twice.
no no no! Sorry,
Yeah,
I should have said the dumb kids.
yeah. It's
Oh
yeah,
man,
man. Remember how they had us in the corner
yeah
in the
yeah.
book? Hey, real quick,
Oh
shout outs to
yeah.
all the RDCs, man. Shout outs to all my RDCs. You know,
Yeah,
first,
no
second, and
doubt.
third, man. I got family that are RDCs, brothers and sisters, man. Y'all keep whooping everybody into shape. But yeah, man, I just couldn't get right. I was they made me medical yeoman. You know how you try to be like in the cut. You're like, I don't want to rate. I don't want a job. I just want to, be in the background. You know what I mean? Get through it. Nah. The second RDC was like, you come here. You're gonna be our new
Damn,
medical yeoman. I was like, damn.
we got
So I
you.
had to do that, and then I had to still study, and I was studying hard too, man. I failed it once, failed it twice, as mode. But it's all good because that was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Did they
But
send you to
anyway,
2499 too? Or
nah,
no?
I got sent to 158, yeah,
Okay.
Division 158. Shout outs, much love, man. And it was my first division was what Division 141, and it was an all male division. I said that with like testosterone. And then my second division, Division 158, was integrated. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So with the integrated for the listeners that aren't in the military, it's both male and female, and that was a dope experience. They were a little bit, it was hard, but it wasn't as hard as the all male division. Them
Mm.
dudes, man. Division 141 did not play. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, man. What you about to say?
I was 125 at first, and I got asthma back to 152.
Hmm.
But yeah, so 2499 wasn't like a division that was progressing. It was just like a limbo. And but
Hmm.
I guess the positive side of that, I was in there with people who made it all the way to like week 5, and they got
Hmm.
sent all the way back to the limbo division, and then they would explain all the stuff,
Right.
like what you're gonna go through, what to prepare for. So that's how I learned how to tie a neckerchief before I even was in there. I learned how to like do all the crazy folding clothes and stuff. So by the
Hmm.
time I actually got to the division, which I was in that limbo division for about like 3 weeks before I was able
Oh
to get
man.
back to week 1-1. So I
Hmm.
was just like stuck. And when I came there, everybody was like looking to me like, oh, so what do we got to do? I was like, I was the guru. Come sit down, my son.
Became the
That's
Godfather.
Yeah.
That's
They're gonna
wild.
have this phase called cart phase. It's not real. They don't play like it's real, but it's
Hmm.
not. I'm just hoping that the information that they tell me is legit. So I'm like, shoot, I'm telling everybody that don't worry about cart phase because did you guys have that same thing?
Cart phase. Can you explain a little bit more?
So cart phase is basically like this inspection, but it was done by the RDCs, like the brother div. They come and
Hmm.
inspect each other to make sure that you're ready for your actual inspection to get graded on later on. But the
Oh yeah,
cart
we had.
phase, it
Mhm.
wasn't real. It wasn't graded or anything like that.
Yeah,
So
we had. Yeah, go ahead.
I was told that that wasn't legit. That was just fake. So I was going around telling everybody that cart phase was just fake. Don't worry about it. It's not real.
Okay.
But I'm in my head because they're doing a good job acting like this is real. So I'm like telling everybody. But the information ended up to be whole the truth. So every after they found out that it wasn't real, they looked at me uh, after like they talked to everybody. It was like, hey, just let you know the inspection wasn't real, and then like everybody looked, they like gave me the head. Now I was
That's
like,
what's up.
so I was
That's
like
what's.
the boot camp guru, yo. At first, I couldn't stand to be there. At first, I was trying to figure out any kind of way to get up out of there.
Hmm.
But after I sat in that limbo for like 3 weeks, I just like, yo, this is the way of life. There's like, I just straight up adapted. Like, there's no life but boot camp.
Yeah,
I
man.
stopped thinking like I'm getting out of there, and I felt like it was a prison.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mind. I was thinking about that. It's low key. a prison. You know what I'm saying? And just being able to see the green grass outside because everything is so like tan and grays, whites. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. And you're sitting here telling your story, and I was thinking, I was like, wonder what happened to that dude that snitched on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they give him did they give him a chevron for that? You know what I'm saying? He
Maybe
gave it
he
like,
probably became the art pop. I don't
yeah, we'll
know.
see it. Wonder, like, can you imagine if you saw that dude in the fleet? Like, yeah, yeah, I remember you, doc.
Yeah, I remember you. But
Yeah,
hey, man,
uh-huh.
I don't
Let's
hold
go.
grudges. I'm a
Huh?
man. I ain't a female. I don't hold grudges. I
Oh
would
man,
probably
forget
laugh
that.
at him.
I'll be in that
Laugh.
man's face like, show enough, baby. Huh? Show enough. Hmm? The
Oh
meanest and the
man.
baddest.
Yeah.
But
Oh
yeah, man.
man.
Huh?
What you say? Go ahead.
So boot camp was a dope experience. It sounds like just like me, you know what I'm saying, you got asthma back, but you gained a lot of experience and you was able to like share that with, you know what I'm saying, with everybody in the compartment and they kind of looked at you as a leader.
Yeah, they did. I was
Hmm.
like the unofficial RPOC. So they had the RPOC, which was the recruit division chief petty officer,
Hmm.
which is supposed to be like our leader, but they would look to me and I would talk to RPOC as well, so that way they can stop. Because I didn't really want to be that guy, but I was just that dude in the background who knew everything that was coming.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, it was good that I got asthma because I think if I would have been doing that the first go round, it would have been a lot rough. Oh, speaking of that, when I joined, we had utilities, and the utilities was basically a prison outfit.
Yeah.
The blue shirt, the
Hmm.
blue pants, the boots, that straight up prison outfit. So I don't. Did you join with utilities or
Nah, player. We didn't have, we didn't have the yeah, we had the blueberries.
man? Yeah,
2012.
yeah.
Hmm. But yeah,
Um.
man.
So, we can get out of the boot camp thing. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to cover
Nah,
on boot
nah,
camp?
nah. It's all good. I could do a later episode just all on like boot camp experiences in A school. So you get to the fleet, you know what I'm saying? And how was that for you? Your first ship, your first command?
Man, it was in Newport News, Virginia, like the heart of the ghetto.
Woo.
Like you come to work, they know when you get paid. Bums on the street, ready to ask you on the 1st and 15th. Hey man,
Hey,
I
your
got.
blood.
Yeah, they ready to just jump on you. They know
Hit you
you
with the
get
bum
paid.
bump. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
But I went to it was a pre-com unit at the time.
Hmm.
PCU, which is now USS George H.W. Bush. It's an aircraft carrier in Newport News, Virginia, at Northrop Grumman Shipyard.
Hmm.
Um, and it was like living on a construction site. When you go up in there, they're jackhammering all night.
Oh
The
man.
berthing was like extremely cold. Um, it was just as far as living conditions, it wasn't the greatest,
Hmm.
but it was somewhere to lay your head down at night. And my first day experience working there, like I was telling you, I was hanging chickens and doing other stuff, floor stuff. So that was like a physically demanding job. Whereas in the Navy, like my first experience, it wasn't hard at all. I was like, yo, this is easy. I'm just coming in there with the same work ethic that I got from Purdue, and I'm
Right.
just like, yo, this is an easy paycheck, bro. Like every night, like we'd be sitting around, and then they'll go tell you to go do something. They might tell you to go scrub some valves or something like that. You go and do that, do some
Hmm.
sweepers. And people complaining like, man, I don't want to do sweepers. I'm like, bro, it's better than hanging chickens, dog.
Yeah, I know,
you
right?
you
Shoot,
already
man.
know.
Yeah.
But, um, yeah, my first experience like that, man, it was pretty easy. Other than
Hmm.
the cold, like oh yeah, the showers, cold showers. We didn't
Oh
get
snap.
no heated showers, and it wasn't shower heads. It was like the head that you disconnect, and
Yeah.
when you push the button, it would hit your skin like 50 psi, bro, of cold water, like like yo, it's
Oh
crazy.
man. And then you don't want to you don't want to touch that shower curtain because it's mildew. They hadn't changed it. You know what I'm saying? In 3/4, freaking damn. So you're in the small space
Yeah,
and you don't want to touch. You got the water rising up past your freaking your big toe. Above
Hmm.
it, you know what I mean? It's wild in there, man. It's
My first division, it was a lot like high school, man, because a lot of the guys who just came in the Navy, we all had like this. Well, they had. I wasn't really like that. They had like this tribalistic mentality because I was a GM and I was in the same division with AOs, and it was
hmm
like GMs versus AOs. Like they would sleep on one side, we would be on the other side. Uh, you would go to get dressed and they'd bump you, or say like some snarky little comment, or and then it would be about like you guys be about to get ready to fight almost every morning.
Yeah.
Um, it which was I thought was pretty stupid, but
Mm.
that was like I guess the high school tribalistic mentality that we all had there. But it was crazy because a couple months later, I can't remember exactly what it was. Like we all snapped and we all became like a family after that. And
Mm.
we all
That's
still
dope.
we all still keep in contact now. We have like this group on Facebook called G2 Family, and we're
That's
all like
dope.
brothers now. And it was weird how that whole started because I came in there and I was like I'm not gonna take no mess from nobody. I'm not gonna let them run over me and try to do these little hazing things where they like basically the new guy comes in and they're trying to do all kinds of tricks like that. So if anybody was trying to do like some stuff like that, I'd be like I would buck back.
Mm.
And then I almost got in a fight with one dude, and then after that they kind of left me alone. And then like I said, a couple months later, I can't remember exactly what it was. It probably was that first underway. Then that's when we all became like a brotherhood. And then we all
Heck yeah,
kind of like
man.
set our differences aside,
hmm
and we just connected on what we had in common, which at the time was Xbox 360 and PS3 and Black Ops 1.
Heck
So
yeah, that's what's up. What year was that?
2009, 2010
2009.
ish.
Okay. Yeah, it had some
Um,
good games at that time.
yeah, yeah, man. I admit when I think back at that command, bro, it shaped my to shape my reality on how I look at the world.
Mm.
Because where I came from, originally in New York, it was a melting pot, but towards when I was in North Carolina, it was all black. So that was the
hmm
first time, other than being in New York, but towards my adult life, that I was in a melting pot again, where everybody coming from all parts of the United States, and we
Yeah.
all just bunched up in the building, and we hated each other, and then we all became like a family, which
That's
was
dope, man. And so how how far did you like advance? I know you said mentally you advanced, but how about your rank?
I made it to third class.
Okay.
Um, at the time, they weren't really pushing for Eastwas. If you had Eastwas or
hmm
AWS, that was like a plus. It wasn't mandatory back then. I didn't get it.
Right.
I didn't get it. And so when it came close to when it was time to leave, you had to negotiate for orders.
hmm
And what does that mean? So when it's time for you to transfer, you would speak to your detailer, and he has like a list of jobs, and you just tell him. This is before CMS ID was like really a thing. It was just you would call him and say, "Hey man, where you want to go?" And he'd be like, "Yo, I want to go over here." And then
Oh,
most of the time,
there goes my son.
uh,
Yeah, we got to wrap this up, man.
okay,
Oh
yeah,
man. Hey, but
um,
we'll continue. I'm gonna probably edit this
mhm.
and we'll continue this probably just some other time. I mean, we know what to do now to make it run smoother,
I'm
but yeah,
I'm not
we'll
gonna disconnect nothing. I'm
yeah.
gonna leave it exactly how I got now.
All right, yeah. I don't know if you'll be free later on today. I know the game's about to come on, so
I I'll be free today, and I got
mhm.
yo, this command is so cheese. We got tomorrow off as well,
Heck yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then I
We do
got
too.
Wednesday off. We don't even work every day, bro.
What? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. But all right, man. Hey, I appreciate you sharing your time with me, brother.
Yeah, man. Dang. All right, cool. So it's
All
just
right.
take notes or whatever, and then cut. Or if you need me to edit it or whatever, I can like fuse it. Just make sure you take notes so I can pick up where we left off.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Absolutely.
and I'll have the same background, everything set up.
All right then, dog.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh yeah, hey, don't forget to stay on so you can let it upload when we disconnect. All right.
Oh, all right. I'll just leave the room and just send me a message when it's done.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I won't know it's done on your end. Well,
Okay.
I'll do it. We'll do that. We'll do that. Maybe it is connected. You're right.
I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't got nothing else better to do.
All right then, big dog.